066. Standard SMS rates apply. Deal or No Deal is sponsored by LottoStar. LottoStar is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Food Lovers Market's Summer Carnival is here. Save on 2 500-gram punnets of white, red or black seedless grapes for 39 Rand. Buy 2 750-gram punnets of nectarines, plums, dessert or yellow cling peaches for 39 Rand. Enjoy 2 sweet corn pre-packs for 39 Rand. And get a 7 kg potato pocket and a 3 kg onion bag for 99 Rand. Valid till this Sunday at Food Lovers Market. Summer Carnival now on.
It's the final days of our New Year sale at the Bed Store with up to 30% off. The Sealy Breeze double set is only 5,999 and the 40-wing Sleep Pro Queen set is only 7,999. We're stocked up for super fast delivery. Get your dream partner today and save big. The Bed Store, for your back and budget.
947 is adding music to your summer.
It's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be loud.
It's gonna be everywhere. 947 is painting your summer pink.
And serving up all the hottest hits.
Boldest events.
Freshest prizes.
And pulling up wherever you are.
All summer.
This summer, let 947 add color to your playlist.
Let's go. Move to our beat.
Paint your summer pink with 947.
Is adding music to your summer.
It's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be loud.
It's gonna be everywhere. 947 is painting your summer pink.
And serving up all the hottest hits.
Boldest events.
Freshest prizes.
And pulling up wherever you are.
All summer.
This summer, let 947 add color to your playlist.
Let's go. Move to our beat.
Paint your summer pink with 947.
#MSW. You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
CAF, the head of TV and broadcasting commercial, live from the Ivory Coast. And that is our very own Lux September.
And I think, not enough credit is given to the CAF president, Dr. Museta, who's very hands-on. First of all, it's the quality of football on the field, which has been amazing.
A Ghanaian sports journalist, highly respected, Sadiq Adams, joins me. If I'm not mistaken, 1982 was the last time Ghana won an African Cup of Nations.
Over 42 years ago, 1982. And you look at the demographics of Ghana, almost 75% of the population have never ever experienced live the team celebrating an AFCON win.
Mamadou Gueye joins us. He's coming through live from the Ivory Coast right now.
There is no magic, there is no muti, there is no miracle in football. You plan, you work hard, you prepare, and you see the result. There is no tatama chance there. It's not lotto.
South Africa, Bafana, they through. They're going to be playing against Morocco. What have you made of their campaign? How far can they go?
From the beginning, I believe that Bafana have what it takes to go all the way.
I said they'll come back with the trophy.
It's possible. And I personally believe from the beginning that this trophy will go to South Africa.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
Well, Jurgen, we're here because you have an important message to deliver to our supporters. Would you like to tell them what that is?
Yeah, I have to. I will leave the club at the end of the season. I can understand that it's a shock for a lot of people in this moment when you hear it the first time, but obviously I can explain it, or at least try to explain it. And I love absolutely everything about this club. I love everything about the city. I love everything about our supporters. I love the team. I love the staff. I love everything. That I still take this decision probably will, or shows you that I'm convinced it's the one I have to take. It is that how can I say that I'm running out of energy. I have no problem now. Obviously, I think I know it already for longer, that I will have to announce that at one point. But I'm absolutely fine now. But I know that I cannot do the job again and again and again and again. And after all the years we had together, and after all the time we spent together, and after all the things we went through together, the respect grew for you, the love grew for you, and the least thing I owe you is the truth. And that's the truth.
A massive football bombshell. I guess it's worse than a breakup. The fans have been saying, please build a statue for a man who made me fall back in love with the club. A body shock. Someone please wake me up from this nightmare. Those are some of the comments coming through from thousands and thousands of Liverpool fans across the world, fanatics, using those words to describe Jurgen Klopp's revelation as they struggle to comprehend the news that after a very successful 8 years, Klopp will leave the club at the end of the season. So the 56-year-old charismatic German mentor attributed his shock decision to running out of energy. So under Klopp, as you would know, Liverpool have won the Champions League, the Premier League, FA Cup, the League Cup, the Club World Cup, reaching another Carabao Cup final just on Wednesday. And they got a 5-point lead over Manchester City at the top of the Premier League, albeit having played a game more. Maybe conversations about who's going to be the next manager and so on have already started circulating, but that's not the story. I think the story, as I'm sure Jerry Cox will have me believe, is that of the shock news. So joining me all the way in the United Kingdom, in London, I am joined by Jerry Cox. And Jerry, from Haters TV, the YouTube channel, just as shocked as everybody else. You didn't expect this now, Jerry, did you? Hi, Jerry. All right, just connecting there with Jerry Cox on the back of that story to figure out what his thoughts are with regards to the story that has broken about Jurgen Klopp. I can hear the fiddling around there in the background, so it does mean, Jerry, that you're back live with us. Sorry about that interruption, the break in the connection, but we do have, as I said, Jerry Cox from Haters TV, the YouTube channel. Jerry, good evening.
Good evening, Robert. How are you?
I'm shocked. How are you?
Yes, I'm shocked too. Wow. I mean, I was at the Fulham-Liverpool game on Wednesday evening. We spoke to Jurgen after the game. Absolutely no sign this was coming. So I think the whole football world has really been shocked by this one. I mean, it's just the talk of the town. It's everyone is just talking about it today. Yeah.
What do we attribute this to? And listening very carefully, and I've had a listen to this gazillion times, just to try and let the words sink in. I mean, he talks about leaving the club at the end of the season. Fair. He talks about, again, I try to explain it. I'm running out of energy.
Yeah. We've just, in fact, he's just done a full press conference up at the AXA training ground. Our reporter was there. And we'll be running that on our channels in a minute. But he sort of went on from that, really. He was talking about the demands of being a manager, you know, in the Premier League. It's not just, you know, the training sessions and the matches and standing on the touchline. It's the whole circus that comes with it. You know, I think he said later today, he said, this is the 5th press conference I've done this week. You know, it's all consuming. It's mentally draining. It's physically draining. And I was, funnily enough, I was just looking back. We covered his first ever press conference when he arrived 8 years ago. And he looks so much younger. He looks a lot younger by comparison. He doesn't look 8 years younger. He looks about 20 years younger. So you can see the strain that it's put on him. And I think his family, I think his wife, Ulla, is instrumental in his decisions. She was when he left Dortmund to come to Liverpool. That was obviously a huge step for him and his family. And I think she's been instrumental in this decision as well.
Talking about running out of energy, is it a case, I know people speculate and, you know, the health of a person is their own private matter, but are you suspecting, especially when he uses the words, I am absolutely fine for now? It does sound a little bit concerning, but I suspect it's more about his mental health. I'm hoping and wouldn't think there's any reason to suspect there's any medical condition, but I think it's about mental exhaustion. And obviously he doesn't want to give out a message that he's already mentally exhausted. But I think what he's suggesting is, come the end of this season, whether it's a success or not for Liverpool on the pitch, he'll find it a struggle to find the energy to go again next year. That's my reading of it, and it's impossible to tell exactly what's going on in his mind. But he seems to be giving the impression that he's finding it a struggle to keep going year after year. And I think one of the points he made in this afternoon's interview, the afternoon press conference, is that he is fine for now and he has the energy now, but he wants to go while he's full of energy. He doesn't want to go at the end of the season a drained man. Whether Liverpool win or lose the title, he wants to sort of announce now that he's going. And if you remember, Alex Ferguson did a similar thing over a decade ago, and then backtracked because his team sort of switched off. You know, so I think he's very careful he's Klopp this time. He's having to be careful that his team and the fans as well, obviously, don't get all the wrong messages and start sort of playing differently, treating things differently. I think he just wants to make this announcement now, get it out. I suspect, I think there's some relief for him to be able to get it out in the open, and then from then on, just focus on the football. Although I think it's fairly clear that every bit of coverage of Liverpool from now to the end of the season will be coloured by the fact that we all know he's going to be going. I guess every game will be pretty much a farewell, depending on what venue they're going to be playing at. And to be in competition in at least 4 different titles in one season, again, plays its role, Jerry. Yeah,
I mean, that's the thing. You know, they played, I think it was 63 games, something like that last year, as they went on 4 fronts. And if they go as far as they can in all competitions, it will be another 63 games or so. And, you know, we talk about, there's a lot of talk, obviously, now about the strain on players and the schedule. And I think, you know, Jurgen Klopp's mentioned this many times about how difficult it is for the players to get themselves up time and time again for these games. But, of course, the players can be rotated. The players can rest. You know, there's no player that will play every minute of those 63 games. But Jurgen Klopp has to be involved in every single minute every game, every training session, and every press conference. There's literally no getting away from it. So, there's a huge demand on him as a person. And as I say, at this stage in his life, maybe he's just finding it something that he just doesn't want to be doing year after year after year.
Yeah, it says he cannot do the job again and again and again and again. And he repeated that enough times to drive the point home. And just, as South Africans, we were grappling not so long ago, and with the Africa Cup of Nations currently underway, our very own Lyle Foster, there was a situation with him being put off by Burnley because he needed treatment. There was a mental health issue around him. And, him not coming to the AFCON, then he bears the wrath of South Africans who are saying, you're not honouring your call-up, your national team needed you, but you're not coming through. And yet nobody asks for mental illness. It really just arrives, and it's a case of what then do you do to preserve yourself?
Exactly. And I think, this is something that has always been there, this strain that's put upon players and managers. Just yesterday, we were interviewing an ex-footballer who, he retired, let's say, probably 10 years ago now. But he was talking about his mental health struggles when he was a young player at Chelsea. And no one knew this. He said, no, I was lucky I had good people, my family around me. But these are the things that were never talked about. But now players are more open about talking about them, albeit sort of reluctant to really to speak too much about them. Because there is still, unfortunately, some element of stigma about mental health issues in sport in general. And a lot of people aren't very sympathetic. They think, well, you're being paid a huge amount of money, you get all this adulation and the public spotlight. Why can't you put up with a bit of pressure? But obviously to the human being, no amount of money and no amount of adulation can compensate for that sort of mental turmoil that comes with this sort of relentlessness of being in the spotlight 24/7,
Very quickly, and I know you're going to dash off to the Spurs and City game tonight, Jerry. I know this talk might be too early to speculate around who the man might be. What caliber of coach can step in after the success of Jurgen Klopp?
Well, obviously, the talk has already started, yes. I mean, the one of the front runners, it seems, is Xabi Alonso, who's obviously doing a fantastic job at Bayer Leverkusen. He's got them top of the table. They're ahead of Bayern Munich. I mean, wow, if they can end Bayern Munich's domination of the Bundesliga, then that would be a massive achievement, especially with a club like Leverkusen, which is not, a giant club. It has nothing like the power of Bayern Munich. So, and of course, Xabi Alonso was a hugely successful player with Liverpool, much respected, won the Champions League with them. So he would be, I think, a very popular choice for a long time. From the day he pretty much retired as a player, Steven Gerrard has been talked about as a future Liverpool manager. He worked under Jurgen on the coaching staff, working with the youth team at Liverpool. And then obviously went off with different levels of success at Rangers and then Aston Villa. But and now he's in Saudi Arabia. I think that would divide opinion with fans, given his, checkered career so far in management. A Liverpool legend without doubt, but there are question marks about his ability as a manager, especially when you see how Villa have done. They've thrived since he left and since Unai Emery took over. So there would certainly be question marks about Steven Gerrard's pedigree. And then it could just be one out of left field. They could be looking at someone. I don't think they know. I think it's very clear that this has come as quite a surprise. And the sporting director's gone as well. So there will be a new sporting director brought in before they even begin the search for a manager. So it'll be a long process, and obviously it's one of the highest profile jobs in the world of football. So they have to get it right. And they've got a very, we have to bear in mind, they've got a very successful team, very successful structure. What Jurgen's done, astonishingly, is the trick that Fergie used to be able to do, is that he's rebuilt the side twice now. He built them up from scratch to a team that he changed around the team he inherited and built the team that won the Champions League and the Premier League. And now he's effectively rebuilt that team largely. Only a few players remain from that Champions League win in 2019. So, you are looking at a team that's on the up and a lot of very good young players. So you don't really want to rock the boat too much with a man who's going to change everything. So they'll be looking for continuity on the pitch. But it's a huge, huge job. So that's another thing we'll be talking about for the next few months, I'm sure.
Yeah, you've laid it out very nicely for us, Jerry. As always, really appreciate it. Do catch it live on YouTube, Haters TV. Jerry Cox, enjoy the game tonight. Thank you so much indeed for joining us again.
Always a pleasure, Robert. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much indeed. That is Jerry Cox, the breaking news story today.
Marawa Sports Worldwide, taking you around the All-Africa Cup of Nations Cote d'Ivoire 23 in Abidjan, Bouaké, Koroko, San Pedro and Yamoussoukro. #MSW AFCON.
Dear Stevie, after a routine checkup of my current TV lineup, I've diagnosed myself with a severe weekly recommended dose of Dr. Ken. Laughter really is the best medicine, and Dr. Ken's antics on E-Series are nursing back my sense of humor. So, Stevie, I'm gonna follow Doc's orders and see how I do without you. Yours truly, Jody.
There comes that mood again. That inflation frustration that only macro can burst. That mood to put all your eggs in one basket, plus everything else you need for a full English brekkie. Or as the English call it, brekkie. That mood to get some change for a change. That mood to finally loosen your belt with the reigning champions of the South African Cheapest Basket Survey. If you've ever felt like that, well then someone's in a macro mood. So shop online or in store today.
The Powerball jackpot is guaranteed at a staggering 120 million rand this Friday. You could take your dreams to new heights by playing Powerball for the guaranteed 120 million rand jackpot today. The big leagues could just be one ticket away. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD. Panda, Pusha, play. Players must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. E2 is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
Get more from your home appliances with Samsung BlueTech sale. Like the 647-litre Gentle Silver side-by-side fridge, now only 15,999 rand, save 6,000 rand. Or the 19-kilogram Eco Bubble top loader washing machine, now for 8,999 rand, save 4,000 rand. Head over to Samsung stores, online or any participating retailer, valid until the 25th of February 2024. T's and C's apply.
It's the DecoFern Furniture.
Can you make it more appealing?
All right. Hey, it's the DecoFern Furniture Warehouse clearance sale. With massive discounts like the gorgeous Dan dining chair. Was $699, now $399. Or 1,100 rand off the irresistible Hugo armchair at just $1,499. In store now or at decofurnsa.co.za.
When they ask me how I shaped the world, I'll say, I leaned into me. I'll say, I used my creativity to connect the dots, to see life as an everyday mystery. I'll say, I went to the AAA School of Advertising. Become an industry giant with the only globally accredited school in Africa and specialize in marketing, design, copywriting, or art direction. Ready to shape the world? Join the AAA School of Advertising.
Marawa Sports Worldwide, your Africa Cup of Nations Cote d'Ivoire 23 information hub.
Mamadou Gay joins us. He's coming through live from the Ivory Coast right now.
It was a day of sadness here to the point that the army have to go and protect the Football Federation. That's how the Ivorians were very, very angry. Now, yesterday, funny enough, Morocco defeated Zambia. They were celebrating like Cote d'Ivoire won the cup already. I was shocked myself.
What if they shock you and surprise you and they end up in the final?
There is no magic, there is no muti, there is no miracle in football. You plan, you work hard, you prepare, and you see the result. There is no tatama chance there. It's not lotto.
Hashtag MSW AFCON.
I don't really believe it, to be honest with you. It's just like, I don't know, like when I first got told, I was like, no. But then I watched the video and I don't know, I don't believe that it's happened, and it's going to take a while, I think, to actually realise that, I don't know, like even little things like I read before that we'll never have a Champions League night at Anfield with Klopp ever again, and I just think that's just a bit sad, like how far we've come.
Friday nights, always.
This is how we do it.
About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Yeah, we celebrate them while they're still alive. And if you were lucky enough to watch this legend play, then you know that they don't make them like they did before, hey? And especially like him. What a talent, a rare breed. Absolutely delighted not just Kaizer Chiefs fans, but also opposition fans found themselves loving him. That's the big Yan Malomboli Chaba, a living legend who deserves his flowers. And we are here doing just that. Big Yan, thank you so much for your time and good evening. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you very much, Robbie. It's nice to come to this show again. I really love it and enjoy it.
Thank you so much. And you come on such a big breaking news day. I mean, what do you make of this? I mean, we were talking off air when you arrived. I mean, you were here nice and early, so we had enough time to chat. Jurgen Klopp, at the age of 56, you know, he can't do this. He says he doesn't have the energy to do this anymore.
I think maybe it's something that is personal to him or to the family. But for him to say that he doesn't take it anymore at that age, if you look at the guys like Alex Ferguson, the Man United coach, I think he retired at the age of 70-something. But, you know, the man did very well for Liverpool. I think it's 8 or 10 years when he came to the club, whereby they didn't won the league for the past, I think it was 15 or 20 years. And then when he came there, he changed everything. He won all the competition, Champions League, the league, FA, you name them. And then, you know, it's a different Liverpool. Even now, you can see they're top in the log. And then, you know, and then they're doing very well.
And into a cup final as well.
Yes. But for him to say that he had enough, I don't know.
But let's talk you, though, because as Jerry Cox was also saying, that a lot of players suffer mental health problems and challenges, but they never get to say it. I guess in your days, you didn't even know that there was such a thing as mental health issues and that there was something that you could do, seek help or medically try and seek help. How did you take the pressure? Because you played, 12 years for Kaizer Chiefs at the highest level, played for Mamelodi Sundowns, etc. We'll get to the nitty-gritty of things, but how did you handle the pressure? Because it was even more than it is now.
Rob, let me be honest with you. You must know that you are a normal human being. The only thing that you should do, you need to communicate with people, share everything with people. Then you must know the people. But if sometimes you are famous, you isolate yourself from people, that's the biggest problem that you're going to have. And then when you associate yourself with people, what is key is that even if you got some problems, you can share with people. You see, sometimes people, they don't believe that when you got a problem, you are the only one that is having the problem. You know, my son the other day was having a problem. And I said to him, sit down. And then he sit down with me. And then he said, I got this problem. I say, okay, I'm going to ask you maybe 2 or 3 questions. If you can answer me that those 3 questions, or 2 questions, then I'll say that you are right of what you're doing. I said the first question is that, are you the first one, this thing happening to you? He says no. And then the second question was, are you going to be the last one in this world? He says no. Then I said to him, son, this thing, they do happen. And we start sharing the life. So the biggest problem is that if you are just by yourself, that's the biggest problem. And the biggest problem with these famous players, nowadays players, they isolate themselves from the people. And then you are there because of the people. You know, you find that there was a player, I don't want to mention his name, we're at Nike Center. Yes. And then he hid himself. And then I said to him, why do you hide yourself from your supporters? You don't want your supporters to see you.
Or celebrate you.
Celebrate you. And you must know that at the end of the day, you are going to retire. The very same people who are going to need them. So I think when you isolate yourself from people, that's where you'll experience this thing. Because if anything happens to you, you'll be thinking that, I'm the first one. No, you are not. It's just like when you divorce. You are not the first one who divorced. People have been divorcing before you're born.
And they'll be divorcing.
And then they'll be divorcing all the time.
Years to
it's
come.
Part and parcel of life. But somebody who divorced will say that, no, this thing cannot happen to me.
And then they even go as far as wanting to commit suicide.
Commit suicide. If you want this thing, it doesn't have to happen to you. Whom should they happen to him? Yeah, you must know that you are a normal human being. The only things that God have just given you, that talent that you should expose to the world.
I mean, beautifully put. The way you've articulated it, I think it makes sense. A lot of people listening to the show right now would agree with what you're saying. But who did you reach out to? Let's say in a similar situation when you were at the height of your career at Kaizer Chiefs and you were going through whatever the problems were. Did you have a close teammate that you would say, hey, Ace, man, let's go and chat? Who was that person?
Yeah, my best friend was Ace.
Yeah.
Because I used to share everything with him. But at home, I used to have a group of friends. And then, sometimes people, they say that you cannot go out with this guy by the name of Stapora. That was his name. Funny Face. Yes. That was his name. Zwax. That was his name. They say, no, you cannot go out with them because these people are thugs. I say, no. To you, but to me, they're a normal human being because they respected me. And then I used to communicate with them. And this one, they call him Stapora. We were staying in the same street where I live with my parents. He was in jail. And then the other day, he just sent somebody say, can you come to jail and see me? Robbie, I was playing for Kaizer Chiefs. I'm honest to you. I went to see him. And the whole jail was coming and say, why are you coming? I said, I'm coming to see this man. And then they started to say, oh, this man, hey man, his life, he has done this thing because of friends or whatever, but the people that are surrounded him are different, you see.
But also, somebody could have said, what will people make of me? Are they going to call me a thug as well? Are they going to call me Skebeng, whatever names that they wanted to use, because I'm a Chiefs superstar. I can't be seen in jail. You could have done that, but you didn't.
No.
You decided to go.
No, yes. But the thing is, Robbie, you don't, if you want to live this life, associate yourself, not to say to go to these people, but you must know people that when they say this guy, sometimes they can say, this guy, he can shoot people, he's doing this and this. But when he's talking to Robert Marawa, he's a different person. It's not what is he. He only change his life or do something wrong when he is with other people, not with you, because he respects you.
Yeah, and people pass judgment, man.
Yeah, pass judgment, yes.
How do you flash back, though, to Big Jan Malomboli Chaba playing for a big club like Kaizer Chiefs? I mean, you were part of making Chiefs the big brand. I mean, Chiefs couldn't have become a big brand if there were no big name players and quality players. And for you to have been at the club that so many people loved, the Glamour Boys, Perfeni Boys, everything that they would have called Kaizer Chiefs. You guys, that era made Kaizer Chiefs. What then would you say today is lacking, Big Jan, for that swag, for that want to succeed, to be there, for the realization that you're playing for a badge that stands for something?
Yeah.
When you observe, what do you see that is lacking?
What I can say, Robbie, is that, sometimes you feel like crying. Because when you see these players, the nowadays players, they don't respect the brand. You see, when you play for that team, it's a big brand, whether you like it or not. And I want to say that I was so fortunate because I play for that team when I was so fortunate to play. I was surrounded by the best players, the best player in South Africa, if not in the world. I'm talking about the late Essential Computers, Braque, we named them. You see, but when you play for that team, for the fact that it is a big brand, you must know that that team's got followers. But what you do, you need to respect those followers because you are what you are because of them. So there's nowadays players, they think that it's all about themselves, not about the play, not about the supporters. There was this gentleman by the name of the late China Ngema,
Yes.
one of the founders, and even Iwatnene, even Brake himself. When you play and then let's say first half and second we play. Second half, the first half we don't play well. They'll come to you and they say that you know how many people are outside there to come and watch you. And then you see some of the people they come as far from Durban, some of the people they come as from Polokwane, Northwest, they come and see you. And these people they did sacrifice, they got salary and that they sacrifice, they give you to come and pay and see you play. So you need to respect them. The biggest problem is that, if players can respect supporters, then it will be a different games. To hear that somebody coming at training being drunk, no. It's not something that is good. That's lack of respect.
And it's not that players in your era did not drink; they drank alcohol.
We did.
They even did Insango. They would smoke marijuana. They would do all of those things. We knew that. I mean, obviously, we were still tiny tots at previous times. We're not even born yet. But all tracking back in SA history and also talking to some of the legends, because it's become a culture of the show on a Friday to give you flowers, to celebrate the legends while they're still alive, is to say, and some would admit even on air, that, hey, half time, just to get me up, I went in at a pint of beer, just half time. They would say that. But not too many people knew that. But they would say that now, and it's not because they did not do it, but what they did on the field was magic. That then you couldn't say to somebody, hi, man, this one was drinking and whatever. What is so different about how the players then would handle something like alcohol versus what they do today?
There was this thing that Robbie, sometimes people they like to blame. They say that these children, they go and drink and whatever the case may be. But I'm saying that, charity begins at home. Whatever you do is from home. But for you as a player, you need to respect you need to respect the people that are supporting you. I still remember, I can't remember the name of the player when Jose Mourinho was coaching Chelsea. This guy went to Ireland with the wife or the girlfriend for holidays. And then he was smoking a cigar. And then they caught him smoking a cigar. And then from there, when he came back, Jose Mourinho said that you need to be fined your salary for this month. What you are doing is not good for the nation, because you must know that, youngsters, they're looking at you as a superstar. But we need to change. But one other thing that I want to say it now, Robbie, and I'm not going to shy away. The players of today, they don't have role models. The role models that are supposed to guide these players, they are not wanted in soccer. That one I can say it. There is this thing, when you watch Liverpool, when you watch Man United, when you watch Man City, and all this team, always you see the legend on the grandstand. And Alex Ferguson used to do this thing when the players, they're not doing well. He used to call all the ex-players to come and talk to these players, so that when they see these players, they understand. They say, this man is Zidane. You can't tell me that Zidane was the top, but the players wanted to play for Zidane. Yes. But now, with here, is something different.
And you've never been asked to do that at Chiefs.
We can do it. But you see that...
What stops them from
doing it? I don't know, but the players, they don't have role models. That's why they're doing this thing.
But
because I can tell a player that don't drink. It's not good for you. But he will know, he will respect who's talking this. I'll say, my name is Malombo. I say, don't drink, because when I used to play to be the best, I was not drinking.
Yes.
And then he listened to me. But if you come there with, the players are players. Yeah, they'll only say, lo, azangadlali bolo lo. Uzositshelani. Is it, yes. That's the thing. But if we can just maybe swallow our pride, involve our players so that they can have role models, and then we'll have a better players. They will never, I'm telling you, Rob, they will never do anything. Ask Mambush, Mudawu. And I'm sure he's listening. You must ask him.
Yeah.
That boy used to be naughty. I'm telling you, Rob.
And you cracked the whip.
Yeah. I cracked the whip.
Yeah.
Yes. And then from there,
he's one of the players
and then from there, he became a superstar.
You discovered players like Bambo. You discovered Jos Mahuleko, Joel Masilela, etc. All right. Let's continue our conversation as you hear. Nice and bubbly and fiery. It's our legend, Big Yan Malombo Chaba.
Marawa Sports Worldwide, covering Africa Cup of Nations Cote d'Ivoire 23. All of the action, all of the time. Hashtag MSW AFCON.
Attention all aviator passengers. It's raining bonus bets at Hollywood Bet's hottest game. Play between 6 and 8 p.m. every day to grab your share of 1 million rand in free bets. Hollywood Bets. Fly higher with us. T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. Hollywood Bet supports responsible gambling. No persons under the age of 18 are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counselling line is 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
Nobody does summer savings like MTN does summer savings. Turn every day into awesome with the new Galaxy A34 5G. Capture every awesome moment with stable video, blurless photos, clear and bright nightography. Get the Galaxy A34 5G for $299 per month or trade in your device and pay $239 for 36 months on an MTN Megagigs XS plan. Skip to the good stuff and visit an MTN store or mtn.co.za now. T's and C's apply. What are we doing today? MTN.
Sevens are having their January specials with up to a 50% discount on a huge range of gorgeous quality furniture. Magnificent office, living, dining and bedroom furniture are all on special. Get to Sevens now and get up to 50% off at Sevens Fourways, Silver Lakes or Umhlanga. At Sevens, you'll get a lot more quality for a lot less money. Don't delay. Sevens January specials are for January only.
Have you ever asked yourself, why are most mamkhulu small in frame and your other babncane is big? Why are our tiny not so tiny? Just like all things that are a lot for a little or fulfilling but light elsewhere. The new Festa roll with saucy pulled chicken topped with grilled onions, crispy chips and creamy cheese sauce heaped on a Nando's garlic buttered roll. It's giving abundance. Get it for 49 Rand. Nando's. Fire it up.
Do you aspire to a career in the media industry? Bring your ambitions to life with a diploma in media practices from Boston Media House in Sandton or Pretoria. Choose a combination of electives from radio, TV, advertising, animation, graphic design, digital marketing, PR, and journalism. Apply and register now to start studying 19th of February. See bostonmediahouse.ac.za for more details.
Hit the road in style with Sani, your ultimate car rental companion. Adventure begins with choice, and we offer a selection of high-quality vehicles, motorcycles, workhorse bakkies, shuttles, motorhomes, and more at the best daily and monthly rates, with nationwide pickup points at all major airports. Visit Sani, that's sani.co.za, and enjoy a 30% discount. Sani is the official car rental partner to Prime Media. Go further. Go safer. Go Sani.
Marawa Sports Worldwide, your Africa Cup of Nations Cote d'Ivoire 23 information hub.
Shots fired. Mamadou Gueye joins us. He's coming through live from the Ivory Coast right now. What do you make Cote d'Ivoire's on-the-field performance up until now?
Look, until now, I think most Ivorians are totally unsatisfied. You just said it now. 1 win, 2 losses, and managed to qualify through the back door thanks to Morocco beating Zambia. And the president of the Football Federation hired a 70-year-old coach. He's never been to any African country before, even as a tourist. Then all the ingredients were there to fail.
Hashtag MSW AFCON. Friday nights, always.
This is how we do it.
About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And once again, you keep on not disappointing us by bringing the legends while they're still alive. And Nubab Malombo come in that mode of South African legends. These are the guys that played during the golden time of our PSL. Guys that never cheated the game, guys that played the game from the heart. They never got millions like what is happening currently with our players being, paid ridiculous amounts of money. Yeah, Baba Malombo, you were one of the best midfielders, if not the best midfielders in South Africa. At the time, we had Abobabu 10 Zemande. We had massive central midfielders, whether you were looking at Sundowns, you were looking at Pirates, Swallows, Chiefs. We had the best at the time. Just one question for me. Who gave you the hard time in that midfield? Otherwise, great show, Marawa.
Kumbi Kumalo, thank you so much. You gave you a hard time in midfield.
There was, may his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
This player by the name of Vader Father Maposo from Roka Swallows.
Father
Maposo, yeah. And Webster, City Lady, Dichaba. Those are the people that they give me tough, eh? Yeah, but otherwise they know how to play. But Father, he was too tough, eh? Really? And that year he was so brilliant. Those were the two players. Otherwise, the rest,
oh man, people love the conversation on the YouTube channel. So post your comments.
Yeah.
I have promised Big Yan during the break that, you know what, I need to give him his full hour. We had to run with the breaking news, man, and that usually eats away some of our time. But you know what, he says he's got all the time. He'll make his comeback again for the full hour, and I certainly hope that it happens pretty soon. Now, Stan was reminding me, as we advertise that you're going to be on the show, he says, the last time that you had Dr. Kumalo on the show, Malombo called in, or you dialed him. It says, let's have 16V on speed dial. Of jersey number 15 today. Saying that who made that jersey famous?
I made the jersey famous. You get me clear? And then Mdogis.
Yes.
He took that jersey to another level. That is why he can't give that jersey to anybody. I make the jersey famous. He asked for the jersey, I give it to him.
Because he was following in your footsteps?
He was always there.
Yeah.
But you must know that the father, may his soul rest in peace. Poro Kumalo. He was our coach. And Doctor, when he comes, he was just as a little boy, and they start playing. And then he loved the jersey.
Who was the best jersey number 15 at Chiefs?
It's Malombo and Dr. Kumalo.
No. You can't both be. Who was the best number 15 at Kaizer Chiefs? I just want a name.
Can you ask Doctor for that?
I'm asking you. Doctor's not my guest today. I'm asking you.
I'll say Malombo.
Amen.
Good evening, Robert. This is the man from Mums. What a gentleman you have there as your guest. Malombo, he's for real. He's Guinean, down to earth. I wish most of the players can emulate his character. A man who'll never look down at a person. And normally, Robert, we know these people that are in the limelight, they just ignore, forgetting that when you go up the ladder, as you pass people, greet them, because when you reach the top, you may need help when you go down. I want to say to him, keep up, Malombo, and continue with that lifestyle. You are an icon. You are a role model to most of the people, and I hope you still train like you used to pull tires in the morning. Good show as always.
Oh man, you were nodding. You are fully in agreement.
with
everything that he said,
Yes.
and about humility, greeting people, acknowledging people.
Yes.
Tell me more.
Yeah, you know, sometimes, Robert, you feel very, how can I put it? Very small. You are with this player, the current player that is playing now.
Yeah.
The other day we were in Durban. You go with these current players, and then these people they come. They Malombo kunjani, all right, and then they'll say Malombo Tete. Who's this one?
Who's this?
I said, don't know, man. Come on, and I feel ashamed for Tete. No,
You imagine how many years later?
It's the 30 years. I said, this boy is playing for this. I had to explain. Then I'll ask him, I say, why don't you know this player? He said, but no, this player just come here. He doesn't greet us. How are we going to know him? Yeah. That's point number one. Yeah. And point number two, what is he doing that we can say that he's playing football? You know, during our days, Robbie, let me tell you, and I'm still going to say it, our nicknames, you can't say just say that today I'm Robert Marawa. No. Our nicknames come from the supporters.
Yes.
And I'm still going to say, I used to have some to 5 to 6 names. From where I come from, Polokwane,
yeah.
They call me Warra.
Warra.
And Warra means my brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any other ones? Give me more. Give me more.
And
Give
then I come to Joburg.
Yeah.
Joburg, they'll say that festival or 90 minutes, no mistake. You go to Mamelodi. Mamelodi, they call me Easter Fabric. And then you go to Devon. Devon, they call me Ngadlangan.
Oh, Ngadlangan.
Yeah, 90 minutes, no mistake. You get my point?
I'm with you.
Yeah, and it's something that I've never said that call me.
Yes.
No.
They gave it to you.
They gave me the name.
So you're being baptized.
Yes, I'm being baptized.
You don't ask to be baptized. You get baptized because...
Yes. But one other thing that, sometimes you'll be lucky, you'll be fortunate. You know, they always say that respect the elders. Honor thy father and thy mother so that your days will be blessed in this world.
And numbered.
Yeah.
Evening, Bra Rob, and evening to the legend, Big Yan. I have a question for Mr. Big Yan. We've seen that Mfundo Vilakazi is the youngest star to be promoted to the team and the youngest star who's been given a lot of attention by the football public. What would you tell Mfundo Vilakazi, who's going to be a huge star now since he's been promoted to the first team? Because the last time I saw a player being given a lot of attention when he was still young, I think it was a Jabupule and a Juna Kanye, and we've seen those stories how they've gone after they got all the attention. So my question is, what would you tell Mfundo Vilakazi, who's going to be the biggest star of Kaizer Chiefs now?
Thank you very much for the question. With Mfundo Vilakazi, he's still young.
Yes.
And he can be a superstar. But the biggest problem that we should address now, Robs, is that the people that are surrounded him, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. If this boy is a good player, surrounded by, he need to, this is what I said before, that players need to have mentors. If this boy can have a mentor, a footballer, then he's going to be a star. But the biggest problem that we have seen to Abu Chabu, Abu Banbani, you name them, is because after being the superstar, the people that surrounded them, they were different, not the soccer people. That is why you find them. They find them the same themselves out of the law. You see, doing wrong things. But if our players can have mentors, then everything will be all right. Because each and every time, not to say we'll be there every time, but each and every time we'll be talking the same language. That is football, not in other things.
Mystic Man, who's watching on the YouTube channel, we salute everybody that is out there. We see you. We see the comments coming through. Mystic Man says, what a legend. Jan Malombo, he was a strong man on the field. Mpumelelo Twala says, spot on. You are not the first and you won't be the last. Mr. Lishaba, what a legend. Thank you very much indeed. Lots of comments that are coming through social media. People don't know that you're a Springbok.
I was a Springbok.
You're a Springbok.
Springbok, yes.
And you wore Springbok jerseys,
yes.
Springbok colors.
I still got the jacket for Springbok. I can't throw it away.
And that was at a very difficult time.
Yes.
Because now I think when you guys played against Argentina,
yes,
the black,
the
11.
black 11. You know.
There was a colored 11. Then there was a white 11.
Best players.
Yeah, but to beat Argentina.
Yeah, best and strong players. You see, I was listening to one of the best coaches South Africa ever produced, Pito Jingles. When we play against Mali, when you lost 2-0 to Mali, he was commenting, they were commenting, our players in terms of physiques, they don't match. I said to myself, Robbie, do you really have to go to the university to be strong? No. But the difference is that, that the training, you don't have to wait for the coach to say that you must come here for training. If you look at the Ronaldos, the Messis, I mean, each and every time they're training.
Yeah.
They train before they go for training. After training, they train some more.
Yeah.
But if we are saying that in terms of physics, our players are not matching other countries, which means we can't win anything.
But does physique win? Then otherwise Barcelona would not have done well, or Spain wouldn't have done well, because those aren't giants.
Yeah. But the thing is, you look at the late, may his soul rest in peace, Maradona, even Pele, they were short, but the balance is strong. Yeah. You need to be strong. You can't play this game if you're not strong.
I mean, it's like if you go back to the late again. Iwi
Kambole. Strong. Yeah. Very muscular. Yeah. Yes. But we used to have those type of players.
And you had Stuart Lilly. You had Simon Bulehog. Patrick Esenzolang. Lawrence Chile. I mean, Zakaria.
Gavin Lane. Shakes Mashaba.
Was there.
Yeah, and you can't say
Rodney Bush.
Jomana.
Jomasono himself.
Yes. Strong. And you can see the man now is strong. They're still strong.
We'll come back, and that's the beauty of this show, is that we'll give you more flowers the next time around. Quickly tell me in the 2 minutes I have, South African Gallery of Legends.
Yeah. I just want to say that, Robbie, we are having this thing, South African Gallery of Legend, which is leading by our beautiful mom, sister, everything, Ria Ledwaba. What she's doing, she has been doing this thing for the past 4 to 5 years alone.
Wow.
Yeah, what she does is honoring the legend while they're still living. He makes the legend to smell the flowers while they're still living, not to smell the flower when they're going 6 feet down. And she's doing a wonderful job. The last time we have the artist by the name, we have arts and culture, we have Abigail Kobeka, and then the lady from Mpumalanga, her name, the lady from Mpumalanga, Esther Mahlangu, and the others. What she's doing now. She's gonna do the soccer one. What she does, she organizes a dinner and everything, giving those legends while they're still alive, and then giving them some jackets and with some money.
And I believe even over 100,000 rand at times.
Yes.
We'll talk about that when you come back
what
for the next time.
Does.
It's a beautiful thing.
There is more that is coming in South African Gallery of Legend, whereby we're going to set up the program to all the provinces, to municipalities, so that we can take other legends to come and work with us. It's something that we are busy with it now.
There was a coach, Jerry Shabalala, saying, please send my regards. Ask him why did he substitute me during the Mamelodi Sundowns Legends game in Nkandla. Oh, Nkosi yami.
I substituted him because he was tired.
Katele, Jericho. Katele.
Jericho.
Kenneth Etakis, he says, whenever I receive a call from this giant, one always knows that you will tap into his expertise, knowledge of football. This gentleman has been a source of inspiration and encouragement behind the scenes. He hardly misses Amatak's home games. What a gentleman. Braken, in his book, he always calls me Genito. What a legend. You are a legend. I'll see you soon. I'll organize a date and we'll tell everybody when you're going to be coming back. But thank you so much, man. What an inspirational show. Thank you.
You're welcome, Robbie.
Appreciate you.
Thanks.
Africa Cup of Nations Cote d'Ivoire 23. Real-time action was Robert Marawa. #MSW AFCON.